It was very casual. We were just kind of walking off the field, and he was like, "So what you gonna do?" I said, "I'm gonna come back next year." He was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'm excited. Let's go to Atlanta." And I was like, "Yes, sir. Let's make it happen."
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley, and Vegas has updated their odds for the Heisman Trophy winner in 2022. We're going to take a look at that, see where Hendon Hooker stacks up. Also saw this on Twitter just a few moments ago. Tennessee football put out 1 year ago. It's been 1 full year since Josh Heupel was named the head coach at the University of Tennessee, and what a year it has been. Man, going back to that day just 1 year ago, where Tennessee was coming from. The fan base was so divided. Even after Josh Heupel was announced as the head coach, a lot of negativity. You know, Danny White comes out and says, "Text a buddy." Vol Nation was very hostile. We after 2020, a lot of people were upset, rightly so. Josh Heupel enters. A lot of people were not happy, but here we are a year later. And I don't know if necessarily stability is the word that I would use, but Josh Heupel seems to have this fan base more united. And you know, he's still got a ways to go, especially on the recruiting trail. I dropped a video this morning talking about Caleb Herring. I encourage you to go check that out. #1 player in the state of Tennessee for the class of 23. And one of the comments was looking back at their inability to lock down the state in 2022 and talking about how, you know, Ty Simpson had really already made up his mind before Josh Heupel took over. And that's true. And I said in the comments of that video, Josh Heupel gets a pass with me for 2022. What he does on the recruiting trail in 2023, I will have an eye on, because, you know, people talk about his inability to recruit. We're going to find out, and we're going to track that in 2023. But I want to get into this Heisman Trophy odds deal with Hendon Hooker. But as always, hit that thumbs up just below the video. It's free, it's quick, it's easy, it helps the channel. If you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts, we're not insiders, we're not here trying to pretend we're something we're not. We're fans just like you. So if you enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe, click that bell for notifications so you won't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Article here from Rocky Top Insider, written by Rick Butler. Updated Heisman Trophy odds for Hendon Hooker. You can see the article here says, with the return of quarterback Hendon Hooker, Tennessee football team will be bringing back the key to their 2021 offense in 2022. His first year at Tennessee, Hooker was terrific in commanding the Tennessee offense at the pace that head coach Josh Heupel wanted to push, and now heading into his second and final year in Knoxville, the expectations will be even higher. Hendon Hooker, what a great season last year. When you go back and look at what he did, you know, I liked Hooker during the spring, and I thought he would come in and be efficient. I didn't think that he would put up the numbers that he put up. Hooker set the single-season record for passer rating at 181.41. He also set the single-season record for completion percentage at 68%. Top 10 season in Tennessee history when it comes to total offense, passing yards, touchdown passes, and rushing yards by a quarterback. He also set Tennessee bowl records for touchdown passes with 5 and total offense with 434 yards. Now, we all know the bowl game didn't go the way we planned. But immediately after, at the press conference, Hendon Hooker talked about coming back, getting straight to work, excited about off-season workouts. You know, these kids went back to class on Monday, so it is officially the offseason, and Hendon Hooker is going to be the leader of this football team. He's already leading the charge, setting up throwing sessions with his wide receivers. The quote after the bowl game, it says, "As soon as we get back, first day of workouts. I know me and Sid are already planning to stay after. We're going to get some of those young guys out there to stay after and do some pitch and catch and get on some extra film as well." And again, that's the importance of Hendon Hooker having a full season in this Josh Heupel offense. He can be that leader. He knows what Josh Heupel wants to do. So when they sit down and watch film, there's actually a direction there. There is actually an understanding of Josh Heupel's offense. So it goes a long way having a full season, a full spring, a full fall camp, a full season. Now we're going to get the same this year. The article goes on to say here, on Wednesday afternoon, Caesars Sports Book released debut Heisman Trophy odds for 2022. According to Caesars, via Mac Bratton on Twitter, Tennessee quarterback Hendon Hooker has the 7th best Heisman Trophy odds from the SEC. Hooker's odds, according to the site, are sitting right at 60-1 among SEC competition. Hooker's behind Alabama quarterback Bryce Young, South Carolina quarterback Spencer Rattler, Alabama defensive lineman Will Anderson, Texas A&M quarterback Max Johnson, and Florida teammates Anthony Richardson and Jack Miller. You can't see the full odds there on the article, so I'll go ahead and drop that. And let's get the odds put up here on the screen where you guys can see them there. Bryce Young at the top. Obviously, it's his trophy to lose. But when you look at the second name on that list, Spencer Rattler, and I know a lot of people, when Rattler went into the transfer portal, there was an article out there, had Tennessee in the top 5 as a possible destination. A lot of us were talking about it. A lot of people, because of his attitude and especially the things you saw on the Netflix documentary, a lot of people did not like Spencer Rattler. I'll tell you what I don't like. I don't like Spencer Rattler going to South Carolina because, as you guys know, going into the South Carolina game this year, felt very confident. Tennessee blew them out, took care of business. But that South Carolina team has done a great job in the offseason, not only with recruiting, but also via the transfer portal. When you look at who they've added, Spencer Rattler, I think they ended up number 5 as of now through the transfer portal. But adding Spencer Rattler, let's see who else they added, a Christian Bill Smith, the running back from Wake Forest. You know, that's a guy that I think would have really made an impact at Tennessee. Now South Carolina has added him as a running back. They've also added a tight end from Oklahoma, Austin Stogner. They added a wide receiver, Antoine Wells. They have added some key pieces on that offense that concern me. And when you look ahead to 2022 and what is Hendon Hooker going to have to do? Well, first and foremost, he's going to have to win some games. He's going to put up numbers. We know he's going to put up numbers. But when you flash ahead, when you look ahead at the schedule, they are going to have to win some games for Hendon Hooker's name to truly be mentioned in this Heisman Trophy race. And don't get it twisted. I'm not sitting here saying that Hendon Hooker's definitely going to win the Heisman or he's the favorite to win the Heisman. I'm not saying anything like that. But I think a Heisman Trophy campaign goes a long way, especially on the recruiting trail. When you're looking at Nico, the kid from California, having a Heisman Trophy campaign for your quarterback is huge for recruiting, for marketing, for NIL, all of the above. But in order for Hendon Hooker's name to truly be in the mix, it all starts with that Florida game. Tennessee has to beat Florida. They have to. Other than that, how are you going to compete against LSU? I just don't think Tennessee's ready to compete with Alabama or Georgia. But other than that, across the board, they can beat any team on that schedule next year. 10 wins is possible. That's not my prediction. That's not what I'm claiming. I'm just telling you, they can win 10 of those games. If Tennessee finds a way to go 10-2, Hendon Hooker is going to be in the mix. If he stays healthy, if he does what we know he can do, he is going to be in the mix for that Heisman Trophy campaign. Now, what else? What else does he need? Well, he needs a little help because we know Cedric Tillman is on the way back, but what about that outside wide receiver position on the other side? I think they're going to go to the transfer portal. I hope. You know, Jason Swain seems very confident. I hope. How does Jalen Hyatt come along? How do the Jimmy Callaway, Jimmy Holiday come along? You know, one of you guys mentioned Ramel Keaton in a video I made earlier. Can he take that next step? Can he develop like Cedric Tillman developed to become an outside threat opposite of Tillman? You got to find a way to replace Javonte Payton and VAWLS Jones Jr. And I think Jalen Hyatt can do that at the slot position. I think he can fill those shoes of VAWLS Jones Jr. But what about these these 4 guys coming in, class of 22? Can any of these guys make an impact as a true freshman? It's not easy in the SEC. Caleb Webb's a guy that I think could make an impact. But I'm going to say this right now. If Jalen Hyatt doesn't take that next step this offseason, I think we very well could see Squirrel White starting in the slot before it's all said and done in 2022. But the bottom line is, if Hendon Hooker is going to have a true Heisman Trophy campaign, he's going to need help at wide receiver, and he's also going to need for Jabari Small to stay healthy. Hit that comment section. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think of the odds? What do you think of Spencer Rattler? Does South Carolina concern you, or have I lost my mind? Hit that comment section and let me know. Also, if you have not done so yet, please smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. Also, go check out the official merchandise of the Talkin' Vols Network. Just go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin' Vols. But that's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin' Vols Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.